Hello, everybody. My name is Alan Devlin, and welcome to the Atlanta News First Alert Desk. Thank you so much for joining me here this fine Thursday, June 29th. Only a day more of June until we enter into July. I'll tell you what, that July heat definitely is already here. 4 stories I want to talk to you guys about here this evening as we head towards this holiday weekend. A lot of stuff going on. Atlanta is going to be hot and it's going to be busy. Cutter Martin's going to be joining me here in a little bit, about 10 minutes from now, to tell you about what we can expect weather-wise. But in the meantime, I'll tell you what we can expect elsewhere. First of all, if you plan on traveling for the 4th of July, get ready for some busy roads, some busy airports, and some busy waterways, because hundreds of thousands of Georgians are going to be going somewhere, whether it be to the lake, whether it be flying out of town, likely to the beach, or driving somewhere on our state's highways. And so what you want to do is, everyone is suggesting that you arrive early. If you're going to the airport, 3 hours for domestic, 4 hours for international. Get your parking done, get squared away, just get through security and get to your terminal as quickly as possible. You'd much rather be there early than be there late. 500,000 to 600,000 people are going to be passing through TSA this weekend alone, all for 4th of July holiday travel. If you're going on the lake, make sure you wear a life vest, and most importantly, have a designated driver when it comes to drinking on the water, because a large majority of fatalities when it comes to boating accidents has to do with drunk driving. It is illegal, just like driving in a car and being drunk. Have a designated driver on the water, someone who is licensed to drive a boat and will be refraining from consuming alcohol. On the roadways, guys, the rules stay the same, just like any other time of year. Just be careful when you're out there, because there are going to be busy people. I guess the roadways are going to be busy. There's going to be a lot of people out there as well. You will see traffic. You will see congestion. There is a whole lot going on this weekend. And one of the big things happening this weekend, and I cannot talk about this enough, is our Look Up Atlanta celebration, the largest metropolitan fireworks show in the Southeast, coming right to Atlanta, Centennial Olympic Park, on Saturday. Kind of the crown jewel of Atlanta's Atlanta's 4th of July celebrations here. And I'm going to see if I can find some of this video I've been looking for.
Watching Look Up.
My bad. That was loud. Apologize. But regardless, yes, scan that QR code right there on your screen right now. Let me move this out of the way. You can scan it to go ahead and get your tickets. They are on sale right now. $10 for general admission, which is not a lot per person, but you're also going to need to park, so make sure you prepare to get downtown to park in the red deck, the green deck. We've got all these directions on our website right now. If you want to look for ways to get yourself there in a vehicle, you can also do MARTA, which is very simple, the CNN Center Station, pull up downtown, get off, walk a little bit, get to the fireworks, and see that show. It was phenomenal last year, spectacular last year, I might say. Your third option, of course, is Uber or rideshare. Now, mind you, my experience with Uber and rideshare downtown during these events isn't the best. It's just like driving, except, you know, you get out a little bit earlier, you don't have to worry about parking, but you are still going to be in that traffic jam. I would suggest just taking MARTA. It is one of the best ways to get to these events downtown. If you're from Atlanta, you know that. But regardless, once you get there, you are in for hours and hours of family fun. It is going to be phenomenal. I promise you all that. All of our Atlanta News First team, or a good majority of them, are going to be out there. We're going to be broadcasting it on Peachtree TV, or streaming it beginning at 5 o'clock, and then Peachtree TV and ANF beginning at 6 o'clock, all the way through 10 o'clock when those last fireworks flicker out of the sky there. But it's going to be, again, a great time. So make sure you come, bring your family, friends. Your tickets can be reserved right now at AtlantaNewsFirst.com, PeachtreeTV.com. We've got the links everywhere. You can find them, and you can get your front row seat to a phenomenal display of food, fun, musical performances, and, of course, those 4th of July fireworks. It's going to be great. I'm really excited to be a part of it this year. Another big story I want to talk to you guys about. This one is a national story here. Came down from the Supreme Court today. I'm sure you have heard of it. So the Supreme Court ruled in a case involving the University of North Carolina and Harvard University that affirmative action is unconstitutional. So what does that mean? Basically, it is a system that's been put in place for a long time now that has allowed colleges to make admissions decisions, including someone's race. So it was put in place. It was designed in order to try and even out the playing field by the designees, I should say. So it was struck down today saying that basically judging someone or giving someone precedent over somebody else based on race is unconstitutional. So there's a lot of back and forth in this one. There's a lot of pros and cons and a lot of people arguing against each other. But I'll tell you what, CBS has been covering this one from the jump, and we're going to listen into that now in just a little bit. Once I find it, here we go.
The Supreme Court struck a blow to affirmative action at colleges and universities across the country, ruling it unlawful in the admissions process. Writing for the court's majority, Chief Justice John Roberts said that Harvard and the University of North Carolina's race-conscious admissions programs violate the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. Lawsuits against the schools allege the policies discriminated against white and Asian American applicants.
Today, the court said the way to end racial discrimination is to stop taking race into account.
In her dissent, Justice Sonia Sotomayor wrote the decision rolls back decades of precedent and momentous progress. And in a separate dissent, Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, the court's first black female justice, called the decision a tragedy for us all. Universities who have been bracing for this decision have begun thinking of alternative ways to increase diversity on campus.
So we might see colleges and universities put more weight, for instance, on where did you grow up? Do your parents have graduate degrees? What zip code did you grow up in?
The Supreme Court upheld using race as a factor in college admissions programs as recently as 2016, but that was before the court's makeup moved sharply to the right with a 6-3 conservative majority. Natalie Brandt, CBS News, the Supreme Court.
And so what you have is some leaders coming out today in favor of the decision, some, including our mayor right here in Atlanta, Andre Diggins, coming out opposed to it. President Joe Biden did say that this will not be the final word on that decision. We will wait and see what comes next with affirmative action. But for right now, it has been struck down. The next and final story I want to talk to you guys about before I leave the desk here is a sad one. We are saying goodbye to Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s eldest and last surviving sibling, Christine King Farris. She passed away this morning, early this morning, at the age of 95. So a little bit about King Harris. She was a Spelman student. She then later taught at Spelman University. And she is Spelman College. And she actually wrote one of the first textbooks on her brother. Her brother, of course, needs no introduction. Her younger brother, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. This is her celebrating her birthday a couple of years back. Always in good spirits, always carried forward the King name, always pushed for civil rights, equality for all. She truly was an extension of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. And even in Martin Luther King Jr.'s death, she, along with so many others of his siblings and his family and his children, including his wife, carried on that legacy here into the 2000s and beyond. So she will be greatly missed. 95 is a wonderful life, a long life to live for anybody. And boy, did she live her life to the fullest. Again, Christine King Farris, dead at 95. And we're waiting to find out what the funeral plans look like and what comes next for her burial. Once we here at Atlanta News First find out, we will let you know. So, as planned and as promised, I'm going to turn things over to meteorologist Cutter Martin right now, who's going to be talking to us a little bit about what's to come up this busy weekend, because it is going to be a busy weekend, not only in events, but in weather as well. And boy, has it been hot. Cutter, I'm going to let you take it away.
Yeah, pretty toasty stuff out there today. The hottest temperature so far this year, 92 degrees. That's tied with a previous afternoon where we did hit 92 degrees. But again, it is only going to get hotter across metro Atlanta, North Georgia. Lots of heat to talk about here, especially as we get into our Friday and our Saturday afternoons. Because not just heat. Yes, it's going to be hot. We know it's going to be hot, but also a greater amount of moisture in the air, greater humidity. The combination of the heat and the humidity, that is what is going to make it feel dangerously hot from time to time across North Georgia and metro Atlanta. I think the hottest point will probably be Saturday afternoon. However, that is dependent on the rain or lack thereof that we see here across North Georgia and metro Atlanta. So it is a very complicated forecast trying to time out when these rounds of storms approach and threaten in North Georgia? Do they fall apart as they move in? We're just in a pattern where we have the heat. That is the guarantee. But as I bring up the maps here, we also have a ridge of high pressure that is positioned in such a way that'll allow showers and thunderstorms to travel from the north to the south kind of around it. And you can kind of even see this over the past few hours. Notice that flow of storms, ring of fires, what we call it. Showers and thunderstorms along the northern periphery of this high pressure ridge. And in our position, storms will tend to form across Illinois, Indiana, Kentucky, Nashville. They could be strong to severe and widespread, and then they'll be trending or tending to move southward. So something we'll be watching here over the next several days, needing to keep a pretty close eye on, especially if you have outdoor plans, and especially because a lot of people do. It is the Independence Day, a holiday weekend, and a lot of folks are going to have plans outdoors. So let's go ahead and dive into that forecast, beginning with this evening. Whether you are going to work tomorrow or not this evening, pretty decent out there. Temperatures cooling gradually, though still a warm one out there. Mid-80s through 10 p.m. Could get a few sprinkles closer to midnight in the city of Atlanta, perhaps 1, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the morning. We're watching tomorrow morning's forecast. Some data just try to bring in some scattered showers into North Georgia, metro Atlanta. So there is a non-zero, we'll call it, chance of some showers in the morning, but I think most are dry. But not completely in that forecast is at, a 0% chance of rain. We're going to need to keep a casual eye on that forecast. Reminder, you can wake up with meteorologist Courtney Jacobazzi, Ella Dorsey, Rodney Harris tomorrow morning. Courtney actually out tomorrow, so that's going to be meteorologist Ella Dorsey and Rodney Harris on your Friday morning. And temperatures will be in the low to mid-70s, so not a temperature factor out the door, but a yellow light because, yes, there could be a few spotty showers around, some scattered rain around. They'll be able to, Ella and Rodney, that is, they'll be able to keep you updated on exactly where any rain may be falling, and, of course, get you through that all-important Friday before the long holiday weekend morning forecast. Temperature-wise, tomorrow morning it's going to be mild, whether we have spotty showers or not. 73 in Atlanta, that's your forecast low. Warmer than 70 in many of our metro Atlanta neighborhoods: McDonough, Palmetto, Kennesaw, Roswell, Alpharetta, Milton, Johns Creek, Sugar Hill, and Beaufort. Just about everybody, at least most thermometers, warmer than 69 degrees. Mid-60s, though, a little cooler up in Blairsville, mountains, including the Blue Ridge community, Helen, LJ, Ivy Log, Rabun County, the Clayton community, low to mid-60s in the highest of elevations, warmer than it has been, but by comparison, you can see here on the map, cooler than everyone else. And tomorrow afternoon, we're going to rebound. It does look like we're going to have enough sunshine tomorrow between these storm chances to boost temperatures back into the mid and in some neighborhoods, maybe some upper 90s tomorrow afternoon. 96 your forecast high temperature in Atlanta, Gainesville 93, Athens 95, Rome 97, Noonan 96. And now it's kind of a good pause point. I want to remind you, if you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, you can navigate over to Atlanta News First on YouTube. So just search the Atlanta News First account. You can give it a like and a follow, or just watch this particular stream. And if you have any weather questions, comments, concerns, that's the account to ask those on. Or, of course, you can always reach out to me. My name there is at the bottom, Cutter Martin, Cuttermartin. You can search that on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Always here to answer a message and answer any weather questions, comments, concerns that may be coming in. But, of course, not just myself, anyone on the First Alert Weather team. First Alert Meteorologist Fred Campania, Chief Meteorologist Jennifer Valdez, Meteorologist Patrick Pete, Courtney Jacobazzi, Rodney Harris, Ella Dorsey. We are all working here to keep you updated, especially with a very important forecast, a forecast that is kind of hanging on that chance of rain. Michael Shelton on YouTube. Hello to you. Thanks for watching, man. Hopefully you're having a good evening. Hopefully you're enjoying the warmer weather across much of the country. And there's tomorrow's forecast. Again, warmer than today. 92 today in Atlanta, going 96 tomorrow, 97 in Rome. And if you're headed to the pool tomorrow, maybe you do have the day off. You're taking the kiddos out to the pool, trying to cool off a bit. First Alert, the combination of hotter temperatures than today with greater humidity values, moisture in the air than today, could have it feeling 3 to 5 or more degrees warmer than what the thermometer reads. Maybe some real field temperatures, the heat index temperatures in the lower 100s at times. Majority of the day, a very low chance of showers and storms, but we will be watching the evening again, kind of like tomorrow morning, for perhaps a few storms sneaking into North Georgia, metro Atlanta. So also keep an ear out for thunder. First Alert Weather app, a great tool to have. You can be alerted to rain and lightning approaching your plans and be alerted to any forecast adjustments from the First Alert Weather team. All right there in the First Alert Weather app. You can scan that QR code up our right-hand corner of the screen. Of course, if you're already streaming on a device, you can just search Atlanta News First or First Alert Weather after this stream wraps up, and that'll route you to the download page hour-by-hour forecast. Again, here's that potential. 1 p.m. Friday, we're fairly quiet. A mix of sun and clouds, upper 80s, lower 90s. There we are, mid-90s on our Friday. Look at what is developing to our north, though. Once again, showers and thunderstorms, a broken line could make it into metro Atlanta, especially along and west of 75, at least on this particular run of this particular forecast model, though data struggling with the setup here. Could have a broken line of showers and thunderstorms moving in tomorrow evening. Not everyone's going to be impacted by rain. Risk of severe weather, it's not 0, but generally a level 1 out of 5. Risk of some gusty winds being the primary threat here tomorrow evening. And then Saturday morning should begin relatively quiet, very mild. Kind of a muggy start to our Saturday. Then we're heating up. Temperatures rebounding back into the mid-90s. And by 7 p.m., we're quiet, but notice showers and thunderstorms developing up across the mountains of western North Carolina, East Tennessee. And well, those storms, we'll have to see. Could they make it back into metro Atlanta? It's possible. Big event going on. Look up Atlanta at Centennial Olympic Park. One of many events going on this weekend across metro Atlanta. We're going to be keeping an eye on that forecast. There's a chance of a few showers and storms. Of course, we encourage you to come on out, hoping the vast majority, if not all of it, is dry, but we're going to be keeping an eye on that forecast. We can guarantee the warmth and humidity, but could be some showers and thunderstorms around, too. Michael Shelton, hello. I'm doing well. Thank you, man. Thanks for commenting. Hopefully you are doing well. And if you're in the metro Atlanta, North Georgia area, get ready for the hot temperatures. Hot today, but even hotter this weekend, and that chance of some showers and thunderstorms back in the forecast as we get into the weekend. So again, don't cancel the plans this holiday stretch. Notice how the forecast remains largely unchanged, though a little cooler. Seasonably hot, but not quite as atrocious. No mid to upper 90s, but back in the upper 80s, lower 90s. Monday, Independence Day, and then Wednesday, Thursday, mornings mild, very muggy, with at least some scattered showers and thunderstorms. But we may have to adjust, maybe even bump up from time to time those chances of showers and storms as we get into especially the Monday and Tuesday Independence Day time frame. Saturday, Sunday, we're going to be battling that chance of some showers and storms, but at the very least, the positive news here is that there will be some dry time in there as well. So don't cancel the plans. Just keep a casual eye on that first alert forecast. Rain and lightning and severe weather alerts just in case turned on in the first alert weather app, and we'll be keeping you updated right here at Atlanta News First. In fact, some new data starting to roll in. Time now is 8:17. First alert meteorologist Fred Campagna back in just a few moments on Atlanta News First on Peachtree TV at 9 p.m. I'll have the 10 o'clock hour. We're going to hand it back over to First Alert meteorologist Fred Campagna. Atlanta News First on WANF at 11 p.m. So have a wonderful rest of your day and your evening. We'll leave you with that 7-day forecast again. Keep an eye on the heat and that chance of storms as we head into the weekend.